In today's true crime tarot reading, I'm going to be channeling the energy of Erin Valenti. Erin Valenti was a 33-year-old who was found dead in her rental car in California on October 12th, 2019. Her autopsy report says that she died of a sudden death in the setting of an acute manic episode. Her autopsy report did not say what actually killed her, but it only listed her death as natural causes, which to me is very strange and suspicious because Erin Valenti was a very active and happy 33-year-old woman, and she had no previous diagnosis of any mental health issues. And not only that, but Erin Valenti was a very successful businesswoman. She had her stuff together, and she seemed to have a pretty good balance between her work and her personal life. She was also very athletic and would go hiking and things like that. So I find it very odd that they would be so quick to call this death natural causes, because it just doesn't feel natural to me. So this reading was requested by a viewer, so I added her to the list and decided that Erin Valenti definitely has something that she probably wants to share with us about what really happened to her that led to her death in 2019. Oh, my nose is itching already, you guys. You know what that means. Oh, before we get into the reading, though, I do want to share that not only was Erin Valenti a tech CEO for a company, I think the company was called Tinker, and they did like apps and things like that. So not only was she doing that, but the reason she was even in California was because she was attending some courses to help unlock her potential. And during the hours before her strange, mysterious disappearance, she was on the phone with her parents and her husband, and they all said that she was not acting like herself over those phone calls. And one of the last things that Erin Valenti was known to say to, I believe it was her mother, was that we're all in the Matrix. And she was saying things like how we were stuck in the Matrix. So who knows what happened to her while she was on this trip in California. Right before these weird, erratic phone calls, she went to lunch with a friend as well. And so the last time they saw them was during the lunch. The last time they saw Erin was during the lunch. All right, one other thing I wanted to mention was that Erin Valenti spent her time volunteering for a particular organization called Not for Sale. And I found this information in a YouTube video by the channel called, I think it's called Creepy Unsolved, but I'll be sure to link the full video in the details of this video down below. But before we get into this, I want you to see this clip from that video.
Human trafficking is one of the fastest growing and profitable criminal enterprises in the world. It is estimated that globally, $32 billion yearly is made exploiting human beings' freedoms through acts of both forced slavery and sex trafficking. The organization Not for Sale has a mission statement to end modern slavery and exploitation. And over the past 14 years, they have provided aid to over 271,000 people and throughout 12 countries that are considered high risk of human trafficking. President and co-founder David Bastone formed Not for Sale after a disturbing discovery found while visiting his favorite restaurant in San Francisco. David discovered that this restaurant was the center of a human trafficking ring in San Francisco that saw waves of teenagers taken from their homes around Bangalore, India, and forced into modern-day slavery. This eye-opening discovery led David to publish a book titled Not for Sale, exposing human trafficking, and his research led him to meet Kru Nam, a woman from northern Thailand who actively saved targeted children. Kru Nam and David would bond, forming a relationship over a promise from David to provide shelter and food for the children Kru Nam had saved. This promise blossomed into what Not for Sale stands for today, and actively supports victims globally. Erin Valenti was an active volunteer for Not for Sale, and like David, was strong-willed and determined. This next statement might hang on the hinges of conspiratorial, but is it possible Erin Valenti discovered a situation similar to what David had seen before her? Did Erin stumble upon shocking evidence of human trafficking within one of her favorite hangarounds? Or possibly the involvement of a coworker or a peer within the human trafficking ring? This idea is not backed by much evidence and is merely an observation, so I'll leave it at that.
I just feel like Erin Valenti is was and is a really good person. And I feel like something suspicious might have happened to her back in October of 2019 when she mysteriously went missing after talking in a very strange way to her family. And not only that, her rental car, ended up being found only like a half a mile from her last known location. So it's so strange to me that the car wasn't found sooner with her body inside, because unfortunately she was found dead in her rental car. But it was days after she was already reported missing as well. So Erin Valenti definitely deserves a voice right now to let us all know what really happened to her. So I have her image propped up right in front of me, so I can gaze at her whenever it's necessary. Now it's time to open myself up as a channel. So I ask that the highest vibrations of light and love connect to my highest self and release all previous programming and unwanted energies, so that I could be a clear channel for the energy of Erin Valenti to come through. All right. Thank you. I'm going to light this candle in honor of Erin Valenti. And as long as this candle remains lit, I will be a channel for the energy of Erin Valenti to come through. So Erin Valenti, I ask you to come through and let us know what really happened to you while this candle is lit. We are in the Matrix, is what she said. Okay. I'm just going to start with the Deviant Moon Tarot deck. And I'm going to give the deck a few shuffles and draw 3 cards, asking Erin to tell us the energy. What is the energy leading up to your death? What was your energy leading up to the event of your death? Strength came up reversed. So with this card being reversed, I feel like she felt powerless in the situation leading up to the event of her death. Nine of Pentacles was the next card. So this could have had something to do with like her work, her money, like what she's created, you know, and the image on this card is wearing a mask as well, I noticed, and has this chain that is connected to this like cement figure or something. It kind of reminds me of a ball and chain, but with wings, right? All right, let's see what else we get. And we have the Eight of Cups. So emotionally walking away from something. So I feel like she felt powerless in the sense of trying to walk away from something that she had already created or built in her professional life, probably. Not personal life, more like her professional life. With that being the Nine of Pentacles. All right. I'm going to shuffle the Halloween Oracle now, and I'm just going to see if we can get any clarity on those three cards. Okay. Yeah. Because then we got the apple, which is risk and reward. These are the cards for clarity on the first three, right? Then we got the mummy card and the cauldron. So first of all, the mummy is about change. And I know I keep explaining it in the same way, but it's really what this means. Like, she wants to change and she can't put her new self, like she feels like a whole new person. She can't put her new self into this old skin, you know, like a mummy. So I feel like definitely she's kind of outgrown something in her life. She's starting to weigh the risk and reward there and is like ready for a change because she's outgrown that old skin. And next, we have the cauldron, synergy and healing. So she was healing herself. She was learning to move past her fears and to move forward. She paid $6,500 for that course she was going to in California. So definitely, you know, wanting to walk away from something that likely had to do with what she's created in her business world and felt a little powerless there about how to go about doing it, right? But I feel like she was, yeah, working at figuring out how to do it with this healing. She was working her own little magic in her own life, right? All right. Well, we want to know what really happened. I'm going to shuffle the Murder Mystery Oracle deck just to see what we get. I know it wasn't listed as a murder. It was listed as natural causes, but I just want to see. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times, cut the deck, and just draw one card from this deck. It says that the perpetrator has behavioral patterns of a serial killer. I wonder what are the behavioral patterns of a serial killer. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Let's see. I'm going to start with the bottom half of the True Crime and Conspiracy deck. All right, Erin Valenti. I'm going to give these a shuffle or two. We want to know what really happened to you, Erin Valenti. too many, but there were three that, no, more than three. 1, 2, 3, 4 that were turned over. So we'll take those. We got travel, yes. And the other two were deep state and cult. So I feel like the thing that she traveled to could have had something to do with kind of gives a cult-like vibe, a secretive, like, deep state cult. You know, the whole vibe is just like secret information. She was saying that we're in a matrix, we're living in a matrix, and things like that. It's very interesting that we got deep state and cult, and then travel, yes. Very interesting. All right, Erin Valenti, what happened to you with this deep state cult? Blackmail. This is probably why she felt powerless to get out of a situation in business. She couldn't just walk away, but emotionally, she had already walked away. She was over it, just so over it. Ooh, oh my God. We got this, and this, and this. I have a feeling she learned something about some families and what they were doing. Possibly, I don't know, through this business dealing. Maybe even that company she's volunteering through. Interesting. What about Pizzagate, drugs, and family? She felt trapped. We've already said this, but here's confirmation that Erin Valenti was trapped. Likely through some type of blackmail. Yeah. Okay, so we got the perversion card, and we got underwater reversed. And whenever I get the underwater reversed, I read that particular card reversed, meaning that something was secret, was about to come to the surface, you know? Like, so it's possible that she was about to reveal something. Maybe it is possible that Erin Valenti found out something about someone in a particular business family situation that she was not in wanting to be involved with. Evil. Right when I was saying it was something she did not want to be involved with, we got evil. Just fell right out. There's definitely a lot of evil that Erin found out about during her travels. And, yeah, hold on. Anyway, sorry, I was being distracted for a moment. Erin Valenti. So Erin, during her travels, probably discovered something about a secret organization, like a cult, like a secretive cult, like organization that had something to do with, you know, all of that. And that, and she felt trapped in this evil stuff because of some kind of blackmail. This is probably like something she wouldn't tell anyone, or maybe she did. Ooh. Right when I was saying that, we got the outside card to flip over. And immediately I see that it's like there's like little pink flowers in the background, like faded. Okay, so the people on the outside thought everything was all beautiful flowers, and everyone on the outside in Erin's life thought it was all just beautiful. Because that's what I was talking about right when this card flipped over. So, it isn't really something she was talking about like that. All right, Erin. Whoa. These keep falling off. I'm putting them back. There was a bunch. But this is the one that did fall out. Outer space. Outer space. I think in some way her consciousness was being, communication. Outer space communication. Right as I was trying to explain this card, we got communication. What I was trying to say before getting the communication was that with the outer space, I feel like someone's trying to control her thinking, somehow communicating thoughts to her in a weird, strange way. But she was also involved with like weird stuff with the tech industry, you know, and like mind control. So I think in a way she felt like someone on the outside was communicating into her consciousness. And then I got the burial. So she thought maybe whoever is the one who killed her was the one communicating something from outside of her. Treason. And then there's a rope. I'm going to look up what treason means. Any other messages here? Inside. Yeah, treason inside. Whoa. Okay, well, a bunch fell out, but this is the only one that was upright, and it was corruption. The rest of this pile is going right back on the deck because it wasn't upright. So it's like someone's trying to corrupt the mind in some way, the inside. Someone on the inside. At work. So someone she worked with was corrupt. On the inside. Being treasonous, really. Saying it was all about mental health. Anything else, Erin Valenti? Nope. Okay, we also have timeline issues. And this one says Operation Mockingbird, government-controlled media. So there could definitely be an issue with the timeline of this whole situation and what's being relayed to the public in some way. Like, why did it take so long for the people to start looking for her? Her family had to come looking for her. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share? Sad with the rainbow eye. You guys, the last time I got this card during a reading, remember, what reading was that? I think it was Chris Cornell, I think. Or Isaac Cappy. Maybe it was Isaac Cappy. Well, I'll have to look. But the sad card came up and I heard God's children are not for sale. And remember that organization she was working with is not for sale. this was all. I think that this is about it. All right, so right in the beginning, we got these three cards, the Strength reversed, and clarity for that main card is the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. And it's all about like feeling powerless in the face of wanting to walk away from something that she had created in business. And even to clarify those three, we got the Risk and Reward, the Change card, and the Healing and Synergy card. So she was trying to heal herself, trying to get past all of this that she has been exposed to, right? And right away, it was revealed that during her travels, during Erin Valenti's travels, she may have come into some kind of contact with some type of organization that was like secretive and doing those dark, sinister type things, mind control, just in general being secretive. And we got these along with the Family card. Okay. And when I was kind of like, what kind of family, you know, I was thinking maybe the work family. That's just what I'm gathering. We also got the Blackmail card, which is what made her feel trapped in her situation. All right. Now, remember, someone that she works with is corrupt, bringing treasonous actions to the inside. And she had this feeling, I believe she had this feeling that evil people were kind of like communicating thoughts from outside of her. I don't know if that makes sense to some of you, but like, I feel like she was being made to believe that this could have been an issue, or making it look like that was the issue, but it could have easily been something else, because I feel this weird vibe that like someone's sending her thoughts or making her feel mentally ill somehow. All right, and we also got these two, the Perversion card with the Underwater reverse. So something was going to come to the surface. Something that was being hidden would have come to the surface eventually. So that was buried. And we have some sadness also, which, I mean, yeah, look at what she was working with. And look at what happened to her. Even if she just had this weird manic episode and just up and died at 33 as a healthy woman at 33 who's never diagnosed with mental illness whatsoever. Anyway, so I believe that what we've been told could be all wrong. Like the timeline, not only like why did it take so long to find her rental car? Like, was it even there the whole time? It's only a half mile from where she was last known. So why was it there for so long before they found it? And like this card could really be pointing at what the media is really pushing as the cause of death, right? So that pretty much wraps up the reading for Erin. She fell down. Hold on. So that pretty much finishes the reading for Erin Valenti. So now it is time to send her back to the energy from where she came and close myself off as a channel. So Erin Valenti, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story and for letting me be your voice to let us know what really happened to you. Thank you so much for being here. Now it's time to go back to the energy from where you came. And I'm now closing myself off as the channel.